From 10 Pins and More, Rio Rancho, we're here for the title matches of today's JBT event. It's the New Mexico Texas Doubles Classic in the scratch division. This is Brian Hare. He teamed up with Joey Balistreri to be the top seed, second-seeded team today. They just defeated Cortez Shank and Zach Taylor to get to the title match where they're taking on top seeds Josh Helmick and Billy Grant. As it is right now, they trailed by 35 pins through 5 frames. And won't be able to pick up any here as Hare leaves a 6-10 in the 6th. Joey looking for his first scratch title to go with 1 handicap win, while Helmick and Grant have a bunch of wins each. Over in the handicap division, they're just getting started. We'll talk about it a little more later. It's Fritts and Alvarez taking on Sanchez and Fine. Hare, an outstanding local bowler, cross lane at the 6-10, no trouble making it. But Joey has opened in the 3rd and 5th, and there's no double on the team to put themselves behind the 8 ball. We are hoping that the camera lens will not break while we record these two guys in their next 2 shots. The pastel pink and white ensemble with the pink headband, with the pink, hot pink and black socks, makes for an absolutely hideous display of threads. But what wasn't hideous was their bowling today, as they cruised the top seed at plus 532. Took it over in the first game of match play. And then on cruise. See you later, man. Josh, a very conventional down and inside player. So often these days you see the younger kids throwing the big, massive crank ball. That's not Josh's A game. He relies on repeating shots and accuracy, and he doesn't leave many 5 pins despite all that, but a hard 5 pin right there. One of 3 Helmicks to make the finals today, as Josh's little brother Jake and dad Dennis roared up the handicap finals, eventually finishing in 3rd. No problem at the 5 pin for Helmick, a little sheepish about leaving it. It's Don't Shave December for this team as well. There's a lot of follicles going on here. Here's Billy Grant, one of the best we've ever had in the Mexico-Texas Conference. 14 titles in his junior days. Some question as to who the junior is on this team. Oh, a ring 10 for him. That's real good news for Brian and Joey that they weren't able to double and start to really pull away from them there, so still time in this match. Nice turnout as we usually have for these doubles tournaments. Thanks again to Steve and the crew here at 10 Pins for hosting us. Brand new synthetic lanes at long last. Led to a much higher scoring pace today. Cuts have been super low in doubles past here today. They were just about even in both divisions. In fact, it was even in handicap and plus 11 in scratch. No trouble at the single pin spares, but Joey and Brian need X's to get back into this year. Let's see if they can do it. Come on, Joe. Another down and in style here. Whoa, look out. Oh, big break for him. Take him any way you can get him, especially coming off those open frames. So this is Baker, if you haven't figured that out yet, meaning they're essentially alternating frames. They're 2-person teams. So one bowler's doing all the odd number frames, the other's doing all the evens. Brian, I'm giving some advice for his next shot. Very much a team game, chemistry, momentum, all those things come into play here. Just to cut the lead to 24. Oh no. Unlike just about every other bowler in the finals here, Brian has that big power game and he just overpowers the pins here. Reactive balls, pattern where you can come from a pretty outside angle. Just destroys the rack, but the ball goes right past the 9, and that's a painful one. Now the frames start to run short for them. Joey and Brian stopped Cortez and Zach Taylor in the semifinals to look for all the world, like Tez and Zach were going to completely run away with the tournament, but that didn't end up happening. They wound up. Is this one okay? This one has had a heck of a day.
This one right here.
This one right here. You've had a long day. Are you okay, sweetheart?
I got an extra.
Yes,
okay?
you are.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. I've seen many things happen to you today. We're glad you're all right. There we go.
Smile for a picture.
Oh, that's sweet. This is Mama.
Hi.
That's Brian's wife, Adrian, the former Ms. Miller.
Most importantly, coach.
That's right. Don't you forget it. Rocking the UN. Well.
Come on with the no sweat.
Well, after leaving a solid 5 last frame, he barely gets the 5.7 out this time, but it's an X on the scoreboard.
You had no sweat in your eye, that's why.
That's right.
No sweat.
No sweat.
No sweat to win.
Love it. Sanchez with a strike over there. We'll focus on them in just a couple minutes here as Billy's got a chance to pretty much put it away for his team here. He was always clutch in his JBT days when he needed to be. No, but not here. Gets that ball a little wide. Doesn't recover. Route 66 was the pattern. This really nice surface they have here. It developed into a lot of hold, and the players themselves carved out a little bit of hook. But not that much. If you got it too far wide, it would hang for just a while, and that's the result there, that 2.5. Tricky little spare. You can slide by this, you can chop this. Let's see what they do. Oh, just avoids the chop. Here's James Fine over there in the handicap division as they're already in the 6th frame, and he is fine in that. That was a big strike. They got to win by 30 pins, and their opponents, which are a pair of 12-year-old girls, have an open frame followed by the next 4, so they're in trouble. The best Joey's team can do now is 194. They have to have it, and another weak hit on lane 22. It's a really weird little weak 8 sort of thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, didn't hit hard. It was almost a pocket 5.8. Kind of hit a little ugly there.
Oh, weird.
Meanwhile, making 5 in a row for the 12-year-olds over there, Kallista and Ms. Alvarez. The handicap pairs. The handicap pair has been by far the higher scoring of the 2 step ladders here.
That's a bunch of bologna sauce.
Well, it's going to be a runner-up finish for Joey and Brian, but nothing to feel bad about there. A lot of tough bowlers in this field.
Yeah, unless no sweat to it. Gutter.
That would require sweat. And
They would have to have sweat in their eyes for that.
Yes. And how could they possibly do that with those wonderful pink shoelaces they're wearing?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
You should ask them to remove their sweatbands for this next shot.
Really, it's borderline illegal headgear, don't
That's
you
what I
think?
mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's really.
If I would have been able to keep the sweat out of my eyes today, I probably would have shot 200.
Well, I think there were more pink shoelaces available.
Do you think?
I don't know. I think they don't have a monopoly on them.
I felt left out. I felt as though I could not get one.
What I do think is that this is award-winning commentary right now. Lindsey at the 2.45. She's just gonna slide by it. She's in a little bit of trouble. So congrats to the No Sweat duet on winning their title, and we'll go focus on handicap in part 2. Be sure to watch it.